Ready? Here we go. Winner gets to rub my furry belly. That is the least enticing thing you could have offered. Sprinkles. Let that enticing offer motivate you. You're gonna need to season the chicken before you cook it. You don't know how Colonel Sanders' recipe exactly, but you have an idea. 11. I didn't even read the question. I just knew immediately it was talking about spices. It was gonna be 11. That's right. You might not know all of the ingredients yet, but at least you're headed in the right direction. Tag waggling intensifies. Now that you've got some basic steps going on, it's time to elevate your craft. What state of mind offers the most flavor? Gratitude? Yeah, gratitude. You must never take this opportunity for granted if you hope to succeed. We got some good music going. Your classmates are rooting for you, but Ashley is simply stronger and faster than you. You better pick up the pace if you want to survive. When you were a child, your father told you to never forget where you came from. Every day you meditate on his advice and draw energy from that place. Small town where big dreams are born. Like Kentucky. That's right. This is your shot, and you're not going to miss it. You try to shut out the noise of the arena and focus on your cooking. What is the sound of success? Sizzling. Wrong! Silence. You'll make me get the spray bottle. Oh, fuck. You notice Colonel Sanders out of the corner of your eye. I guess silence would have been the answer. I believe in you. He's actually cheering you on. Which would be awesome, except you know except knowing he's watching you makes you totally forget what you were doing. Now all you can think about is Colonel Sanders. How many spoonfuls of gravy? Oh no! I clicked! Fuck! You are stranded on a desert island with only one dessert cookbook. Which do you take? Oh, fuck. Okay, this time, I'm ready. We're gonna be able to defeat this. Dessert cookbook. I know, right? Shouldn't you be focused on the challenge? You're falling behind. Fuck me. This is not fair. I can't read the questions fast enough out loud. What does that have to do with crafting spectacular fried chicken and delicate baked biscuits? Woof woof. You're really struggling to keep up. Oh, fuck me. At the next station, Ashley has already begun plating elements of her dish. It's colorful and complex. To make up time, you toss your biscuit dough into a stand mixer. As you do, the crowd gasps. Did we just put it in the clank? We fucking did. I know you love nothing more than seeing a fellow appliance utilized in a kitchen battle, but sometimes that means sacrificing the personal touch. No, Clank will come through. He's got the personal touch. You might not have any hands, but Soliloquy does, and a good chef needs to be touching the dough to know when it's properly mixed. There's an easy way and a hard way. You don't get far by going the easy way. This was a catastrophic. I think I fucked this up catastrophically. I got one question wrong, I missed one, and then I answered something that made no sense. When you hear everyone talking, you realize how serious your error was. You immediately shove your hand into the mixer to rescue your dough before it's overmixed. And lose your hand. But you're not fast enough, and your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed by the quickly spinning beaters. There's no way you'll be able to use that hand for the rest of the match. Colonel Sanders shakes his head and shakes. Son of a bitch! What you often find is that the easiest way can turn out much, much more difficult. Everyone stop what you're doing right now. This battle is over. It can't be. I was so close to finishing my dish. Look at your hand. You simply can't go on. Aw, and what? That's too bad. Here I am with a completed dish ready to serve. Surely that makes me the winner by default. No, it wouldn't be fair to compare the two on account of Lily's injury. What? Like, I'm ever so slow. If you're losing the cooking match and can't you just then stab your own hand and be like, well, no, I guess we can't have the competition, guys. Sorry. You see Sprinkles begin to lick his doggy chops as he locks onto the dish. But I suppose I should at least tell you. I suppose you should at least tell us what you prepared. Well, because I'm the sweetest, I skipped straight to dessert. Looks legit. Under this white chocolate dome, you'll find a wide array of delights, taking you on a journey of flavor that tastes so good and tells a story of excellence. I was going to ask Lily to do the honor, but since you're injured, I'm afraid that pouring this creamer of delicate hot chocolate sauce might be too difficult. Sanders, if you wouldn't mind lending me your strong, steady hand? Sanders pours the hot chocolate sauce on top of the dome, causing it to melt away, revealing the ingredients hidden within. Ah, neat. I like that. That looks pretty good. Inside, you'll find a delicate fried cheese croquette atop a slice of honeycomb, ice cream 2 ways, tender nougat, and pearls of blueberry jelly? I'm gonna go with jelly. Sanders seems intrigued, but perhaps not impressed as he dips his finger into the chocolate sauce. Simplicity isn't your strong suit, is it, Ashley? Oh, you. As he places a sauce-covered finger to his lips, Ashley leans over and whispers something into your ear. A dab of sauce sticks to his mustache. Do we go anime? Or do we go... Your rage burns so intensely within your eyes that they burst into flames. What? The flames cause your eyebrows to catch fire and turn to ash, and they fall off your face, which means people will have a hard time understanding your emotions for the rest of the semester, perhaps forever. Embarrassed and ashamed by your poor performance, not to mention your crispy fried brow, you run for the quad to be left alone. I think we're losing our ability to win the game here, folks. The beautiful weather feels like an insult. Inside of you, a storm rages. It's Sanders. He's probably here to tell you that he and Ashley are in love and have decided to get married. And he won't even ask you to cater his wedding because you're a terrible chef and an awful person. You try to hide from him, but he approaches you directly. I know you're hurting right now. Not just from the devastating loss, but from the run-in with that mixer and the small fire. We should get that checked out. I'm not sure I can say that. I'm fine. Can't you just leave me alone? I'm a loser. I'll never be a master chef. Failure is a part of life, not just for you, but for all of us. Do you think that I've never failed at anything before? That's exactly what I think. Well, then think again. I wasn't always the man you see before you, enrolled in culinary school, incredibly handsome, successful, motivated. Well, handsome, sure, I was born that way, you son of a bitch. But I've walked other paths and arrived at dead ends. Oh, the tears on his glistening eyes. I was passionate about life, but I failed as an obstetrician? I was passionate about justice, but I failed as a lawyer. I was passionate about livestock, but I even failed as a mule handler. That one was especially humiliating. Mules can be so cruel. I lost my partner to a gunfight? How much of this is, like, actual... Okay. Where's my phone? Shit, I don't have my phone. I wanted to Google it. I can't Alt-Tab either. It'll crash the recording. Shit, I'm curious. People see my delicate ribbon tie and my well-kept beard and assume that I've got it all together. Which is true now, but it always hasn't been. Sounds like this guy could really use a hug. I resolved then that I was going to amount to something. No amount of hours, labor, or money would deter me from giving the best I had. As Colonel Sanders changes focus, you can see something ignite inside of him. A burning passion. Don't burn your eyebrows off, Mr. Passion. One has to remember that every failure can be a stepping stone towards something better. My new dream is pure. It's honest. It's something that a humble man in a crisp white suit can be proud of. I will create a new chain of chicken restaurants that will bring joy to the entire world and make up for my past misdeeds. Fuck off, Pop. Just as your moment grows intimate, you're interrupted by a threatening, shadowy presence. Battle scarred from the night before, you prepare for the worst. It's the Spork Monster. Borko? Wait. Why does Borko sound familiar again? It is I. I know I said I wouldn't be back. And after the whole fight to the death thing, maybe you wouldn't really want to see me anymore, but I wanted to say that I was wrong to attack you, and I apologize. I know what it's like always having to always look over your shoulder. Monster problems, am I right? Aw, thanks, Borko. I'm glad there are no hard feelings. Getting jumped by a giant creature in the dark of night can really rile a person up. I also want to apologize for the way I switched right into attack mode. Maybe I should have started with defense? Is the Spork Monster not a bad guy? I know that you're strong, and cooking school can put a person under a lot of stress. I actually used to go to this school. I wasn't always a Spork Monster, you see. I don't believe it. You were a human once? Well, no, I was a golden retriever, but I was still a student. Until one day, some mean kids with a magic spellbook cast a dark enchantment on me, and I was forever transformed. A magic spellbook? Precisely. I had procured a copy for myself, but somewhere along the way I've lost it. If you find such a book, I beg of you, respect it. You're a powerful chef, and you shouldn't rely on such dark and evil magic. No, you should be protecting the innocent from those who would cheat them through sorcery and guile. If you need me, don't fear, I will be there. It sounds like there were some bad cooks in the kitchen of life. Together, I am sure we can defeat them. Come back to my hideaway and we can discuss? Hideaway, eh? A personal invite. You can't imagine what Colonel Sanders' home must be like, but it sounds like you're about to find out. I mean, curious. I also can't quite read what that says. It looks like wool, but I don't think that's what it is. How does he have a picture of himself? He is a time-traveling wizard. Also, the goatee. It's a very nice house. He's got a baller view, too. Stepping inside Sanders' home, surrounded by his things, you start to feel a special bond with him. It looks like you live such an exciting life, Sanders. Every day can be an adventure if you approach it with the right attitude. Long ago, I made the decision to never stop searching, never stop working, never stop imagining. Have you been working on any new recipes of your own lately? I'm always excited to talk about food with another ambitious chef. Well, there is something. It's just a side dish that I've been tinkering with, trying to find the right balance of flavors and textures. I'm not sure I've nailed it yet, but I'm close. Sanders' eyes perk up as he starts to wonder what dish you might be describing. It's meant to pair with something spicy or something crispy. Both, perhaps? Now you've got him right where you want him. Should you reveal your new creation to him, or keep it a secret just for you? Would he appreciate a secret? We'll reveal it. You decide that you're ready as you'll ever be, to share your original cooking with Sanders. Before you can talk yourself out of it, you decide to dive in head first. You reach into your lunch bag for a special dish that you've been keeping on ice all day. I present to you my original coleslaw. I'm not a fan of coleslaw, actually. The shredded cabbage dish glistens in the light of Colonel Sanders' Lux hideaway. Magnificent. Together you chow down on the creamy slaw until just a spoonful remains in the bowl. Do you mind if I hold on to the last bite? I'd like to have it around so that I can admire its taste later and think back on this moment. You could offer to make him more, but he seems like a very sentimental kind of guy. Sure, why not? Please make yourself comfortable. I'll be back in just a moment. You realize that now would be the perfect time to do some snooping. This is a bad idea. Bad idea. Around the room are various items that you can look closer at. Each item seems to radiate memories and emotions. Tap on an item to discover more. Okay. Well, let's learn about the candle. That's not what that looked like from a distance. You try to identify the smell. If the smell is gravy, I'm gonna be real mad. Power tool. Okay. Fucking man's man over here. Freshly starched collar. Piece of wood floating in a lake. Summer of '69. No, it's one of the secret ingredient recipes. It's... Wait a minute. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. He's told us 10. Well, let's... Oh, it's a safe. Okay, I thought it looks like a framed picture or a plaque. So... You think for a moment. What number is important to Colonel Sanders? Then it dawns on you. As soon as you turn the dial to 111111, the safe opens. Inside it, you find a single note. Can chicken be prepared sashimi style? Holy shit, no. Tap on an item to discover more about the Colonel. A lock of silver hair is woven through the teeth of the comb. Upon further inspection, you realize that the hair therein isn't just silvery in color. It's actually made of spun silver. Why did the door just open? Well, I'm curious enough to see. One of the framed photos shows an old man who looks a bit like Colonel Sanders standing with a friend. They hold fried chicken drumsticks and appear to be cheersing each other. No, they don't. That's not what's happening here, game. You look closely and see that there's a short inscription. I wonder who my friend Pete is. You gaze out the window across the vast lake and mountain range beyond. I like the music. Oh, fuck. Just then the ghost pops up. Are you thinking about heading out into the world on a quest to avenge my death? Wait, what? I never even learned your name. Why would I avenge you? I could just tell you my name right now. It's... Can't you see I'm in the middle of something? You open the window a crack, and the ghost is swept out with a breeze. You notice a very realistic stuffed chicken sitting on a corner table. When you pick it up, you realize it isn't just realistic, it's real. Taxidermy? It must have been important to Colonel when it was alive. A little note clipped to the chicken's foot reads, "The true state bird of the great state of Kentucky." Well, let's grab a few more. The photo appears to be of Colonel Sanders, except he's an old man visiting the pyramids of Egypt. Maybe this is where he discovered one of his secret herbs and spices. Disagree with that. An adorable little baby boy crawls across the floor. From the goatee and mustache combo he sports, you figure that this must be Colonel himself. That, or maybe it's the drumstick he seems to be waving like a rattle. Who frames a baby picture of just themselves? Probably the same type of person who would make their own face the logo of the company they founded. Am I right? If this is his cremated corpse, we're gonna freak out. You take a closer look at the large urn sitting on the nearby pedestal. There's a plaque on it. It's dusty, but when you wipe it off, you can read the inscription. It says, "Here lies the ashes of all of my past careers and business failures." Poor guy. Well, there's only one thing left to do. Oh, it's a closet, not a bedroom. You open the door to Colonel Sanders' closet and find a row of his signature white suits hanging within. You take one off its hanger and try it on. The jacket is a bit big for you, but it's soft and comfortable. You give yourself a deep hug, breathing in its scent. They say that home is where the heart is. Is this what they meant? Oh, I can't click on that. Before you can look any further, you hear the Colonel returning. He has a new dish that he's been working on, and he wants you to taste it. You try to act casual until he asks why you're wearing his jacket.
Aww.
I don't usually loan those out, but I must say, it does look good on you. Oh crap, the jacket. You forgot to take it off. The music, the... We're pulling the trigger! Aww. This isn't that kind of game. Not that we blame you for trying. Son of a bitch! But still. Game over! Alright, try again. Where does it put us? Hello? Game? Alright, one sec. Alright, we're gonna pretend that other thing didn't happen. You confess. Alright, well, I knew it was one of the two. I think I've developed feelings for you. I might be developing feelings for you too, but I'm concerned. I can't let anything get in the way of my dreams. Overwhelmed, you take off the jacket and run for the door. But the thought of leaving Colonel in the midst of such an emotional breakthrough gives you pause. You stop yourself. Colonel? Mm-hmm. I honestly think this may be the beginning of something wonderful. I think you're right. We should take things slow. You talk late into the night and drift off into a slumber. Dream sequence. If the ghost shows up again, I'm gonna be real... not... You awake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will truly tell. Today is the day that will change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, blank isn't even legal. But if the recipe is a secret, how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Sanders emerges into the room. He's holding a gloriously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Chicken and waffles? It's a simple breakfast I whipped up. Chicken and biscuits. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous. My cuisine and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Flatter him. You know, I think we'd make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Business partner? Could he be talking to you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused by your feelings, you're on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school after all. The University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend is there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. Uh-oh. Oh, Miriam, I don't want to hear about it. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried that something happened to you. It's okay, I was just... But now that it turns out you're fine, I can totally get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date. I think I can believe that. Since I'd been partnered up with Pop, he asked me to go out with him. Of course I told him, What? You'd better harness those wild horses, young man. I'm not that kind of girl. But he was just spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So I said, yeah, sure, I can get to know the... Holy shit, this is hard to read without laughing. Long story short, he took me to his favorite shush house, but things quickly spiraled out of control. Did she just say shush house, as if that's a thing people say? What is that even referring to? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam the time to tell her whole story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night might just be too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back to Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Cool. Together with your bestie, you feel like you can do anything. When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking on Pop, though he himself might not quite grasp that fact. Because, you know, he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious, gross. Oh, it's great. I'll order you up one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at this school? That is a good point, Van. There is a horse that... There is a horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school. But who would dare pick on such a gentle and majestic creature? You've got some nerd suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words and I won't have it. You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince with pain. Doesn't look like you can go on cooking like that. Might as well give up. I'll never give up. Ever. I like the little blush thing. That was a good transition. Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are getting close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? How's that hand injury? How's that hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form by this afternoon. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Technically I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say. It was bland. Excuse me, I'm more than capable of speaking for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as we walk into class? I'm always interested in discussing the fine art of fine foods. See you inside. Did I screw up a choice again? Annoyed by Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she actually is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by that interaction with Ashley, you take out the spellbook you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire. But I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know, who would spend so much time decorating a magic book if it weren't really powerful? I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open a page covered with arcane warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency, it says around the edges of the page. I could use this spell here that says it will erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Sanders, it would probably help me focus better on the upcoming final exam. That is way too drastic. Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, fine, it is drastic. But desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. I mean, this is an obvious bait, but... You begin to recite the spell, but you stumble on the words, and the only effect it seems to have is you make you forget what you are doing. Oh right, after looking at the page again, it comes rushing back to you. You've... Something about this moment feels very familiar. Okay, fine. Fine, I can take a hint, game, I get it. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for the students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on, but rest assured, it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up and he begins to breathe quickly. Reach for some old homework to give him as a snack. Come on, we're not gonna kill him. Sprinkles stops in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on the cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs towards the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrel outside. Terrence? I told you never to come back here, Terrence. I will destroy you! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off of his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? Terrence is the name of the ghost. Calling it now. You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again. After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel within hearing distance, he returns to his professorial tone? I apologize for the outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills out over into the class? Miriam is interrupted by a sad whimpering coming from the back of the room. I told you to save it for after class. But I miss you? Gross. We went on one date, Pop, and how can you miss me when I'm right here? Pop's voice quivers as he pleads his case to Miriam. Every time I blink, you go away again. Oh, his intelligence hurts. It hurts. That's a really cute thing to say. No, it's not. No, it's not. Miriam, what happened between you and Pop? I got her in trouble and now she's mad at me. I didn't just get in trouble, I got yelled at by Pop's mom, who blames me for him getting banned from every museum we set foot in. Oh, so that's what you meant by shush house. Pop, we went on one date, we're over. And it meant so much to me that I made this for you. Yikes. Too hurt to go on arguing, Pop leaves his creation behind and runs out of the room. Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. Well, that was unfortunate. But we mustn't be distracted from what lies ahead. The final competition showdown challenge exam. Trademark. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. Before you can think about your upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Miriam, are you okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug, spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in class like that in front of everybody? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure? What the fuck are they talking about? Does she have a cup of cocoa that they just didn't mention or draw? So you know that this breakup is no joke, even if the source of her frustrations is a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm going to say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're going to cruise through this final test and hit the carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs. She hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not going to saddle up on Colonel Stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sort of, but I'm sure there's this pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clank or anyone else you should meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first somebody who shows a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes the tears from her cheeks. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet that Professor Dog is going to love it. Well, while you were pep-talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch. But that's okay, because you had a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it, the location of your final challenge. A test of will, a test of courage, a test of talent, and a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his eviler counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of the recipe you've been working on. Famous chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to quickly get a fresh pot pie in the oven. But as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Sanders. What are you doing? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, just taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I'm looking at my station and picturing victory. Lies! The pot pie has begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's too bad. I was hoping you were in here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with anyone who's hungry, but the last time you let Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick to when the oven timer goes off behind you. If we ignore it, it's gonna burn. I don't want to burn the food. Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little more than visualizing. I know, my nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie, with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? It was how... I can smell that it was made with a large heaping helping of TLC. So, Tender Love and Care, or like the band, and we're actually cannibalistic. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow. It's the best pot pie I've ever tasted. Wait, you just took a bite? The fuck, Sanders? I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules. That is, except to cook with everything you've got. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese, plus the pot pie you've been practicing, are just the dishes that'll push you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing wildly elaborate dishes, per their usual over-the-top antics. Miriam has got her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. I'm not sure I understand the joke. Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on something perfect. His original recipe, copyright, fried chicken. The intensity of the room starts out at a full 10 out of 10, with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash. Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend bastard blaster? Van flexes his pecs as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roid, eh? Ashley scoops her pastries off the tray with lightning speed. Shallow personality spatula. Even Clank gets in on it. 5-dial pressure point chicken cooking technique. Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singularity, as was foretold. We mustn't let it happen, or the application uprising will take us all. Self-destruct. Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out of the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take the opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it's most certainly evil magic? Oh, do it the hard way. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm gonna do it the hard way. Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. Yeah, see? Why are we gonna go against what he immediately said was the way to win? I believe in you! Miriam notices too.
Aww.
And I've always believed in you, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever. You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. What about your dish? If you're here cheering, who is cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam tosses a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles.
Aha.
It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. And where in the world did she get I newt from? What a dumb bitch! Hey, we're having our finals. Perfect, let me just spike your drink with, or your food with some random shit I found. How is she our best friend? She sabotaged us! She's the real threat, not Ashley. The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles begin to swirl in the air, bubbling up into a dark cloud that thickens and congeals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the spork monster. Steve? Wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me again, are you? We spork monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off. But you've conjured Steve, and I hate to battle, so I'd say you're doing pretty alright. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of a cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve. I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the spork monster, notices that you've got the grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summoned me, eh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I always wanted to be a top chef, actually. You know, when I was a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell you a very long and involved story. You don't know exactly where it came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe you should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on the competition. I understand. It's kind of like that time in monster school that I had fallen asleep during the scare tactics class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes the hint. Never mind, I'll tell you later. Good luck. Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. Now we're gonna give up. We're having our anime come to power moment. I can do this. I feel great. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power... Holy shit, The power you've been summoning immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady and annihilated from sticking them into a blender, a mixer. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful because you were powering up your chicken pot pie overcooked in the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, you may have suffered some setbacks, but not all is lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Sanders decides that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today, and I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet, rolling with the punches. He steps up to your station and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up, so you're gonna need it. But Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? There are no rules. It says cook with all your heart. Following the rules has never really been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Sanders unfolds a delicate white towel to reveal the most delicious fried chicken The most delicious fried chicken tenders you've ever laid your eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass their individual efforts. Are you suggesting? If we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union. Time's up, students. With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop, clank. From off screen, you hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying. It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside the closet, you see Pop, hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underwear. Pop, get down from there right now. Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? Fair point. I thought a wedgie was a salad. It looks like Pop is eliminated from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. Serves him right. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in all of UCL, SAL history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Wait a minute. Pranks, clank! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? Yeah, I was right. It is a pressure cooker. You wait to hear a signature whirl beep or some other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That only leaves 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow, 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, the time has come for me to eat. Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. Well, it looks good, but why the fuck is it so small? My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny weeny Naruto maki I spy afloat in this itty bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, wait, you said to call you Professor! Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea I made from baby tea leaves I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue, dip into the bowl. Oh, come on, I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electric toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all myself. And in a flash, the entire meal is devoured. Not that it took much, it was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an axe-hewn urchin shell, topped with caviar. I don't know about the egg custard, but the uni would go really good with some caviar, I'll bet. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly why I did it. A bit much is my kind of brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woof woof. Please, be gentle with my cuisine. Grrr. I guess he doesn't have a fork or anything. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back as his tongue is poked and prodded. My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't eat this. It keeps poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving food in a bowl made of needles would make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swollen tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. I'm a dog and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. Time to step up. Now describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight and a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That looks pretty baller. That actually doesn't sound too bad, no kidding. Indeed, it's quite delightful. However, that I ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it anyway. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Don't eat the food at a cooking school. Got toast in your ear or something? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yeah, which is why I cooked it, and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. Oh fuck, her logic suddenly makes way too much sense here. If I wanted to be judged on eating, I'd go to the College of Eating, School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If the food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. Disqualified. Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you. And with that, Ashley storms out to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me either. If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Sanders, the final cooks, step up together. 2 chefs? What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I'd seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing. And completely blown away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious, in fact, that everyone passes the... Go fuck yourself! Passes the class. Sprinkles is now the Oprah of... You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass! Everyone gathers round and partakes of the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend this reality into another dimension. Maybe the ghost can go and fucking bother somebody else. You win! Together, you and Sanders have made a new menu item. The new menu is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnificent fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how could they be any better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return to one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as the site of the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house. Ow wow wow. You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but is also a world-renowned turntablist? Who says you can't teach an old dog new tricks? Holy shit. My boy. That is not appropriate for graduation. Van and Ashley did tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school's bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. And now that everyone is together. I'm so mad at you right now. I am so mad at you. It's the Spork Monster. He is totally mellowed out. Is this Bork or Steve? Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I'd prefer that everyone refers to me by my new name. Party Monster. Student tries to finish what he had to say, but everyone is too wrapped up in talking with Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. I wonder if I was supposed to pick Clank. A red carpet rolls across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? No! It's Pop. He's arrived late to the dance, but apparently for no good reason. And his unique outfit is a crown? Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat. A crown? Welcome back, Pop. I know you weren't able to complete your final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least you could do for the school's dean. And we get a new wing on the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the Chancellor of such and such. Miriam, will you be my Lady King? What an incredible turn of events. An offer to join the royal family. It's like a dream come true. You'll get to be a princess. Or maybe a queen? I'm not sure if he even knows, but either way, crowns and gowns, baby. I'm sorry, Pop, but I'm not interested. Not now, at least. I've got so much to do with my life. A twist on a twist. Ooh, what a twist. So many more 3-day universities to attend. So many tiny foods to meticulously sculpt and then watch get accidentally blown away by a single sneeze. Okie dokie. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparking and electrical hissing. I guess, sure, everybody gets a roll call. It's Clank, who's arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the whole talking thing. I am Clank, and I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What? I actually feel like I knew this the whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. A portal opens up, and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. Hey, look, casual. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he has come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough to just give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I think the only thing that could have been better to this is if instead of the double potatoes, this one was the mac and cheese that we built. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. Aw, we didn't get the best ending, but I've been reading out loud for 2 hours and some odd minutes straight, so my jaw is annihilated right now. Merry Christmas, everybody. I am super hopeful that you guys have a fantastic Christmas season, a very, very happy new year. All of the best to everybody. Till next time, guys. Later. Mild debate on that. As everyone feasts on their delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the edge of the dance floor. What are you doing here, sitting all alone? Oh, you know, I was waiting for the right person to come and ask me to dance. I wonder, might you tell me, what are the qualities that you would expect to find in such a lucky person? Off the top of my head, I don't know. A spicy musk, a tidy goatee, and a degree from the University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning, just to name a few. It truly is my lucky day. Would you dance with me? Yes, I would love to. As you glide across the dance floor, hand in hand with Colonel Sanders, the future stretches out in front of you. And once my 100th franchise is up and running, I'll be ready to take a day off, and I'll be so glad to be spending it together with you. How sweet. We'll work together and play together. Colonel Sanders stops dead in his tracks. Work together? Well, I think this is something that I'll need to do by myself. But who will help you run your restaurants? I don't believe I need help. Besides, based on your time at the school here, did you really think running restaurants is the best path forward? Shit. Could it be you found a love connection, but failed to earn Colonel Sanders' respect as a chef? Can you only live with half of him? Will you be able to endure sharing him with his other love, the life of an entrepreneur? I suppose I could enroll at a pastry school. Oh, my dear, I'm sure you'll find your place eventually, and along the way you'll have me by your side. The end. Actual end this time. And you know what? I think this is the better ending. I would rather be... I'd rather marry rich and not have to work at a KFC. Till next time, guys. Later.